Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Today is the day after. A full day carp fishing at Willows on the Oaks complex at Sessay near Thirsk, North Yorkshire. I'll talk you through the whys and wherefores. It was the best forecast day of the week here in April 2024. Still lots of windy conditions, but yesterday, Thursday the 11th, was a lovely day forecast, so I got in touch with the owner, Tom, and he said yes, come along. So that was me booked on. The day before I loaded my car up so I could get a quick getaway without being too overtaxed. Set the alarm for 6:30 a.m. It takes me half an hour or so to get up on a morning, do what I have to do, and then set off. Half an hour drive to the venue, and the weather was as promised. On reaching the venue, there was a few people on, so that limited where I would have my campaign. On talking to some, they were fishing towards the northwest corner, so that ruled that area out. I'd had success in the past in that area, and I fancied sitting in the sun most of the day. It lessens the pain of not catching as much as you would like when you sat in the sun. I'd passed some people on the way in that were sat in the southeast side, so that was out of the question, and it led me to park up and fish from the south bank towards the southwest corner. I had a leisurely setup, looking at my rods. 2 out of the 3 needed some work. I decided to place one rod in the left margin with a waterproof casing around an Insta360 1X camera. It was in the margin all day, and I'm afraid on viewing the footage it was a total waste of time. A lovely ghost carp appeared in that margin towards the end of the day, but I was never going to see it on the camera. It was just too muddy. But you have to try these things to get them to work. That committed one rod. My second rod that I was using, the third being a spare, the second rod was for link-ledgered tiger bread cast out towards the island which was in front of me. It all looked promising. The water looked amazing. It was just going to be a matter of time and wait for a carp to turn up. So that was one rod in the margin, just changing batteries every now and again, and one rod cast towards the island and any rises I saw on my peg. The ducks that were around were quite interested in the floating tiger bread, but it was great to watch how when a carp was in the area, either under the tiger bread or eating the tiger bread, the ducks would stop or turn away. They didn't go anywhere near the bread until the carp had decided it had enough. So that's an interesting phenomenon if you've never seen it before, where wildlife have a pecking order and the carp takes precedence over any ducks. After fishing most of the day and having no success, having seen carp but not enticing enough for them, I moved my second rod to the right hand margin where I'd heard a carp slurping away at the freebies that were in the margin. It was getting dusk and I was on the verge of planning to go. So I did a slow pack down and I ended up with my two rods laid on the ground with the bait runners engaged. One in the left margin, one in the right margin. And I thought, I'll point the camera at the rods along the length, and sure enough, we see the tip of the right hand rod arch round as the carp takes the bait. I walked towards the rod, engaged disengaged the bait runner, struck into it, fish on. Filming, fighting a carp which is finding every snag in the margin. Is no mean task at dusk. I ended up between two trees with my landing net out of reach. There's a lesson to be learned for everybody there. I called for help, and one of the fishermen on the next peg, who I'd met earlier in the day, came, and I was able to ask for his assistance at landing the carp. I take great pride in doing everything to do with landing and returning, but on this instance you have to know your limitations. It was between two trees, so access was very difficult. It was what looked like a lovely massive carp. I guessed straight away at £15. I undercooked it by £0.5 when it come to weighing it, so it was a beautiful common carp, 15.5. How's that looking?
Looks good.
Look at that. She's a beauty, isn't it? Oh, that's beautiful. It was getting dark by now, but a beautiful fish, absolutely outstanding. Well done, Tom. The Oaks and Willows is a credit to you and your staff. So, how can you be so happy if you end the day with one carp? Well, I can assure you I was. I'd met a couple of nice anglers, chatted to them, met up with them a couple of times during the day. It turns out they'd watched some of the YouTube videos. With any luck, they'll watch this one and subscribe. Spread the word, folks. Get people to subscribe. F1 Pit Pass. Yeah. So, this video is a combination of cameras and part of an enjoyable day. Absolutely shattering, tiring, pitch black by the time I got home. Oh, and it started to rain. But, c'est la vie. Another fantastic day at Willows Lake at the Oaks Complex. Ceci. Thanks for joining me. Join me again soon.